Alright, it's Kate Beez. I'm going to finish the episode. I'm like, gosh, I just kept getting cut off because people kept coming in. I thought they were going to be gone. Anyway, it's okay. I'm not going to give up. Alright, so we were talking about Wabi-Sabi and how it can help you awaken. So I think I was on, let me see, cracking the illusion of control, right? Because we read how Wabi-Sabi can help you awaken, which is the archonic illusion is the belief that material world needs to be rigid, static, and flawless for us to find peace. Wabi-Sabi is an immediate shortcut through that illusion. Alright, so, this is the crack, the trauma. Remember, we talked about the pottery and how you can find treasure in something that's cracked. You can rebuild it and it can be beautiful. I really believe that. I do that. I actually love doing that. Okay. Instead of hiding the break, like our scars, I love scars. I mean, I'm a weirdo, though. I like weird smells, like behind somebody's ear or something, but that's me, so. Kent Suji illuminates it, making the piece, and we said, just a little refresh, Kent Suji, I know I'm pronouncing this completely wrong, is transmuting your fracture into gold. That's what it is. Okay, instead of hiding the break, Kent Suji illuminates it, making the piece more beautiful and valuable than it was before it fractured. For your personal awakening, Wabi-Sabi teaches you to look at your own history, your scars, your perceived failures, and the times you've been broken, not as defects to be ashamed of, but as the exact places where the divine light of wisdom enters and shines through. So just being open, being honest, you know? I think that's beautiful. Just like, we have to face our darkness in order to transmute it. We can't hide from it. God knows and sees all. We need to look at it not as defects, though, to be ashamed of, but as the exact places where God can help. Like, expose that. That's why I said, make sure your intent's there. If you're exposing something, if somebody did you wrong or whatever, and it's illegal, of course, report it. But make sure you're doing it with the right intent. You're not doing it to see somebody get hurt, or you're not praying for them, or you really don't want them to change, because it'll affect you too. Wabi-Sabi trains you. Awakening isn't just about reaching for the specular cosmic heights. It's about grounding the high vibrational awareness right here in the density of everyday life. So just because you're awakened, or you're trying to be enlightened, or you are enlightened, being enlightened means a duality, being able to go in both worlds, being able to ground yourself and focus and use this method in everyday life. Wabi-Sabi trains your perception to see the sacred in a asymmetrical leaf, which I do. Oh my God, that's a whole long story. A chipped teacup, or a quiet, overcast morning, which I love. It shifts your baseline from seeking more to appreciating what is. So appreciating what you have, being grateful, being able to like not get upset and trust that God provides. We don't need money, God will provide it. That's what I believe, and that's what happens. How you can use it to help awaken others. Because you are a space holder writer and a voice for others on the spiritual path, Wabi-Sabi is an incredible, gentle, disarming tool to help people break free from their own internal prisons. Here is how you can weave it into your work. So, what I don't understand is people just assume if you're in prison, that's the only way you can be in prison. Fuck that. I've been more free here in prison than I have on the streets, and I've said that. Like, our mind, when I'm on drugs, when I am doing, puking, having bulimic, when I'm gambling and I can't stop, it's that addiction that, oh my gosh, and then you end up, self-sabotaging because you don't want to face what's happening in your life. You don't want to grow up. You don't want to be I didn't want to be an adult. Well, it's important to free your mind. I can be free in prison and not free at home, if that makes sense. It's all about your mind. If you start to meditate and do yoga like I've done, it's so easy now to ground myself. It's so easy to take myself to my sanctuary, my waterfall place, and be a mermaid. I feel like I'll ask Yeshua, come to me. I'll call forth the Holy Spirit. I'll call forth love, divine, feminine, masculine. Send a teacher, protect me, Archangel Michael. Make sure there is no darkness come near me, no weapon against me shall prosper, protect my kids, on and on. And my dogs, like all that stuff. And it has, the mind is so powerful if it's connected to the heart and source, and if the intent is there. That's key too. So, and we talked about giving people permission to be incomplete. That's like the most... It's being beautifully flawed and being okay with it. Like, we're a work in progress. It's a natural state of cosmic evolution. And that, to me, is so, so beautiful. I love it. Where is the... Oh, reframe the scars as maps of wisdom. So, like, even if you have track marks on your arms, dude, if you have any kind of scars, and it doesn't mean just physical scars, wounds, trauma, unavoidable suffering, things that you didn't cause, things you did cause, things that scarred your family, whatever it is, you come carrying heavy stories of heartbreak, loss, or personal failure. You can act as Kintsugi master for their perspective. Help them reframe their history. Show them. So this is what you can do too. That's what I'm doing. I do this. Help them reframe their history. Show them that their wounds aren't evidence. They are broken beyond repair. Their wounds are the very contours of medicine and death. When you look at someone's imperfections and keep on wavering, so we talked about not listening to content, the gravity, that's the core. The firstborn stands at the universe door. The mountain wakes, the world is born. So when you look at someone, we reach for the diamond, we touch the cold fire, we built our cathedrals on his burning desire. But the mountain shifted, the silence returned, and all that we gathered was all that we burned. We are the statues, we are the stone, singing his name in the dark. Sanctuary place, then was like a rustic place. Think of that, people rustic. It's a very like garden place. It's not just raw. It could be a messy office. Who cares? It's your space. You're comfortable. You can work on your podcast, your blog, or your business, or whatever you love to do. Write a book, whatever. It's your space. Maybe you have to I've been playing also and growing. But I pray that every time, all things have shields on them. Nobody ever can hurt you again. You can't go in their space and everything. And so it is, and so it shall be. And no place to back. I believe. And the Lord, I've been praying really a lot for things, but we all gotta pray. We gotta stop being divided. All right. So a sanctuary rustic. I said that. Strip away the heavy, complicated jargon. Speak to the raw, unpolished, beautiful truth of who we are. Like, that's what I love about myself now. It's like I used to care and be like, talk like, man, dude, I could go anywhere. I could go to the hood, to Texas, to wherever, and I could be at a country club. Hi, yes, okay, thank you, ma'am. Or hey, what's up? Or I was just such a chameleon and didn't wear so many masks, and I never knew who I was. So I'd have this voice, this like I'm better than you voice, or oh yeah, I'll manipulate you and act like I know what you like, and whatever, so I can get what I want voice. And that's bullshit. I can see through that. You can see through that. Be yourself. Be real. The only I will accept you. I don't care who you are. If you're real, that is like fucking A1. Like, be yourself. That's why I'm telling the truth. Oh my God, it feels so good to be honest. You don't have to worry about you. You don't have anybody calling you like, uh, why did you tell Kelly Sue that she that they fucked the dose? And then you gotta think about that, and then a lie goes in another line. It's so stupid, And I used to make up excuses as why. No, I don't give a fuck what you did. You lied. Own it. Get past it. Learn from it. So, all right. Okay, so ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in, silly. That's by Leonard Cohen. So, and that's so true. So when we think we're how can light come in? How can we learn? If we're perfect, we don't need to learn anything, right? Well, then, how fun would that be? Like talking to a Stepford wife, or talking to some. I would like to know if you, or Alexa, hi, how can I help you? You know what I mean? But Alexa knows a lot more than somebody that thinks they're absolutely perfect. So by celebrating the cracks, you help others stop fighting their humanity, allowing them to finally wake up to the timeless divinity hiding right inside them. You can resonate deeply with somebody because you're sharing their experience, strength, your experience, strength, and hope, my experience, strength, and hope. You're being open and raw. You don't have to share everything, whatever you want to share, but just be honest about it. Be real. Let somebody see your scars. Then maybe they'll let you see theirs, and make sure you are trustworthy. Don't spread their shit. That ain't cool either. Be trustworthy. Hold water. Power of the tongue speaks life and death. The illusion that we must be okay, where am I at? Okay, finally wake. By celebrating the cracks, you help others stop fighting the humanity, allowing them to finally wake up to the timeless divinity hiding right inside them. Resonate deeply because what I am describing is the intersection where the highest cosmic truth meet our grounded human reality. I think the cosmos, they love to see authenticity, because there's a lot of really higher dimensional beings who have to be perfect or whatever. They like to see that, because they probably see a lot of us that are fake. When you look at the map of your journey, these pieces fit together perfectly. The archons represent the rigid artificial matrix, the illusion that we must be trapped by fear, and that's bullshit. Guilt and a demand for an impossible, and nothing is impossible. Nothing, if you believe in Christ, nothing. Sterile perfection. They want us to believe we are broken so we can keep fighting ourselves. You understand that? That's indoctrination. That is what power does. That's what the ones in control, not everyone, and I'm not judging them either. We're exposing it so that they can and ask angels and guides to blow their minds and fill them with love and light and clarity. We gotta get this thing going. Change. Pray for light. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And that's why we keep fighting ourselves, see? That's why we give the words, racial slurs, all these things. We can use that. We go and make riots. What does that do? That causes more stuff. That causes, when they're just words. Those are just words. We have to heal our past so we can get to the future and be one. Don't you want to go to paradise and go to other realms and do so many things, but we cannot give words so much power. That's a fact. So, all right, Wabi-Sabi and Kintsugi are the ultimate antidotes to that trap. So they prove that the material world's flaws aren't a sign that you are failing. They are the very canvas where soul alchemy happens. By embracing the cracks, the mysteries, and the beautiful imperfections of human experience, you don't fight the shadows on their terms. You do something far more radical. Radical is huge. That means doing something different. I do a very funny yoga thing. Even I'll do a funny meditation. It's different. Try something different. You fill those exact cracks with the gold, silver of consciousness. You turn the density of the prison into the light of the temple. This belief isn't just a philosophy, it is a living medicine. This is way more than any pill or anything else. You don't ever have to take a pill. You don't ever have to get sick if you really knew the power of the mind and the heart and God. So it allows you to hold space for others, that's key. Don't you want to serve others, or you just want to be selfish, serve yourself? There's a duality, though. You have to serve yourself first. You have to love yourself. Learn to love yourself first so that you can help others. Okay? It always holds space for others where they don't have to be flawlessly healed to be sacred. Like, let them know, like, hey, I'm still fucked up and I woke. I'm here. Yeah, I understand. How did you get through it? This is how I got through it, and I fucked up, and I hit my head on glass. How did you do it, and you got through it? That's the key. Sharing. It's like that plethora ball. You throw the information. It's really just sharing each other's breaking bread, really. They just heal to be sacred. They just have to be willing to remember who they are. And what's important, what I've learned is, I'm my highest self. And the frequencies we evoke, which we give it the plethora ball back, but even if we've lived other lives, those are our essence, and we cherish that and acknowledge that. But I am my highest self. When you learn that, you'll understand it more. At least I did. Okay, so there's another thing that I looked up real quick. Hold on. Give me a second, baby. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So I love Tibetan singing bowls. I wanted to get one. I tried to get one, and it was like I got it at I got it at Peppermint Pig. It's this thrift store, and it's all like Roman glass. It was really cheap, but I don't know how to do it, and so I need to get a Tibetan singing bowl, because I think that'll help. And who cares? We're not singing to please anyone but God. And God will be pleased if you sing to God. I promise. You can relate deeply, and it's all about intent, and it's like a magnetic pull. It pulls the divine into you, because you're being authentic, and that's what they resonate with. I mean, I know that's what I do. Okay, so the shattering. Okay, the architectural of awakening. So, if you look around right now, right? Like right now, I'm looking around my house. It's a fucking mess, right? But if you look at the world that we built, not just construction, we all helped make or break this world, because we've all put bad energy and good energy out. We've littered. We've done this. We've all played a part in this. So it's all of us. It's up to all of us to unify, right? It is a world obsessed with sterile, unyielding plastic perfection, which is true. Smooth glass. Like, I got curvy hips. I used to think I got like an hourglass. Like, I got a little small stomach, but I got a big ass, and I used to be made fun of about that. And I would be, you got that triple ass, and it would hurt that's why I was bulimic. And but now I love it. I love like cellulite or little scars. It makes you you. Nobody else has that. That's you. That's so cool to me. Learn to appreciate. Look in the mirror like, I'm a bad bitch, or I'm a bad motherfucker. I think that's important. Smooth glass curated feeds digitized lives and unblemished faces. Somewhere along the line, the cosmic jailers of this matrix convinced us that our inner worlds had to look the exact same way, and that is not true. Break the cycle and let go of the old beliefs. I'm telling you, do not put God in a box. No, I don't even care, not even the Bible. Do not put God in a box. Stay open. Seek and you shall find him everywhere, her everywhere. We fell into the trap of spiritual perfection. We told ourselves, I can't step into my power yet. I can't speak my truth yet. I can't launch my mission yet until I've cleared every single ounce of my karma. What karma? What karma? If you got forgiven and you've changed and you don't hold resentments, what is it? God, Jesus didn't talk about that. If you believe in that, fine. Yes, pay your debt, the debt, whatever, but what did Jesus do? Healed every childhood wound and attained a completely spotless, unbothered, Zen-like mind. That is not... Listen, I'm not Christ, I'm not Krishna, I'm not perfect, I'm not Buddha, I can't meditate on a cliff that's about the size of my butt for 6 months without food. I can't do that. That's not me. That's not in my thing. I'm real. I can't do that, but I can. I love, and I love all things. I can love, man, and I can forgive, and I can change, and I'm strong. Know what you're good at. And what you're not good at, try it, man. I bet you can be really good at it. We've been conditioned to treat our history like a crime scene, hiding our broken pieces in the dark because we're terrified that our fractures make us unworthy of light, and that is true. I wore a scarlet letter for so long, caring about my family, because they said a lot of mean things, friends, even strangers, and it's not their fault. They don't know. They've never been in that. And I don't blame them. I made a lot of horrible choices. However, if you don't know me, and you don't believe in my change, don't get upset with them. I used to go ham. Why don't we, like, trying to prove it? What are you trying to prove? God knows all, so who cares? You can't hide and seek with God. So who cares? Let it go. Pray for them. God will work out what needs to be worked out. All right. So, what if we've been looking at the blueprint of our life completely upside down? That's something to think about. Because we always think, we got to be perfect for God. We got to walk like us and be Carol Brady. And I told God, I am not going to be Carol Brady, baby. Sorry, honey bunny. Not going to do it. So, here's the antidote. I'm telling you, and this is really why they do these words. Wabi-Sabi, you can remember that. It's weird, it's different. That's why when, people sell, they always have a weird word, something you can remember. Oh, yeah, and you can even go look it up if you don't remember that. But you remember Wabi-Sabi, baby. Finding strength and weakness, baby. So what if your fractures aren't a sign that you are broken? What if they are the exact cosmic lines where your awakening is designed to take place? Enter the ancient radical medicine of Wabi-Sabi. This isn't just an aesthetic. It is a spiritual revolution born out of Zen, which is peace. Wabi, the quiet, rich simplicity found when you strip away the noise. So when you take away all the conflict, all the chaos, all the lies, all the masks, that's Wabi. Sabi is a breathtaking beauty that can only be earned through age, like going through shit, in the raw passage of time. Wabi-Sabi is the art of honoring things precisely as they are, loving someone as they are. Come as you are. Not because they made promise. You love them because you love them. But you don't want it. You're not trying to tell them what to do or control them. That's important. But you can be their keeper, hold them accountable, make sure you're holding yourself accountable, but don't be a judgy-wudgy. Learn their love language, If you want something so bad, if you really do, you won't play games with it. You won't test it. You will have it. You'll do whatever it takes to get it. You won't play games. All right, so Wabi, the quiet, rich simplicity found when you stripped away the noise. Sabi, I'm reading again, yes. The breathtaking beauty that can only be earned through age, wear, and the raw passage of time. Wabi-Sabi is the art of honoring things precisely as they are. Imperfect, impermanent, and completely incomplete. That is key. The moment you embrace this philosophy, you smash the heavy, rigid gears of an artificial control. You stop fighting the natural flow of reality. Keep it clean. Don't imagine. Stay like no, man. God said, come to him as a child. Do you know the imagination a child has? Is Santa Claus real? Fuck yeah. In my life, he is. We can manifest anything. Seriously. Mermaids, okay. Doesn't matter. Anything is possible if you believe. And I believe that. Let's see. Stop fighting the natural flow of reality. Let go, let God, let flow. Flow is key. That means the good, the bad. I'm a mood surf it. I'm not going to get upset, because I do get upset sometimes, real upset. But I am not who I used to be. God will just, he'll do something. And now I'm noticing that the dog will bark. I'll fall. Something will fall. To say, hey, snap out of it. Flow, flow. You'll get through this. This too shall pass. Everything's subject to change. Trust the process. And when God tells me that, my kids will tell me that, I'm thinking, this is rehab shit, but there's a reason. That's why it's love, man. Don't you want somebody who loves you like that? I mean, and it's true, it's fucking real, man. I'm not kidding. I would never be doing this. All right. Where's that? I get real excited when I talk, because oh my gosh, I've been through so much positive stuff too. Out of darkness. That's why it's so beautiful. Okay. Your consciousness stops panicking over the cracks in the armor of God, and realizes you are not here to be a pristine plastic saint. You're here to be a living, breathing, beautiful, weathered temple. And I think that's more beautiful, because it shows it's authentic. It's like you're being vulnerable, That's how I want it. That's the only way to be. So this is the alchemy, right, of kintsugi. I know I'm pronouncing it. I said kintsugi, suji, who knows, whatever. Tomato. Think about the art of kintsugi when a sacred ceramic vessel shatters on the floor. A master artisan, Jesus taught me this, a master artisan doesn't sweep the shards into the trash. And they don't use invisible glue to pretend the break never happened. Like, this is what my mom used to do, my aunt. If I was doing drugs or whatever, get on the run, I would just fly her to Florida. She'll get better. No, what? I'm gonna still find drugs there. I'll still be doing the same shit. I have to change, because where I go, I go. That's a deep thing there. So I mean, I got to change me. I can't change anybody else. Let's see here. Instead, they take the dark, heavy lacquer of raw reality, and they mend the seams. Before the lacquer dries, they dust it with brilliant, pure, incandescent gold powder, like manna or alchemy. They don't hide the break, they illuminate it. They turn the fracture into the feature. The repaired vessel becomes structurally stronger, deeply historic, and infinitely more valuable than it was before it ever met the floor. And meaning, not valuable like money, honey, valuable like how the cost of grace was never cheap, because you sacrificed time. I sacrificed so much to change and to let go, and I received the grace. It's not easy when you're on this path. You don't have friends. People think. My one friend came over and was like, I want to go. I didn't want to go to a club. Sorry, it's not me. I love you. I'll feed you. Let's hang out. We can write jokes. She was like on the phone with somebody, and she's like, Katie's a fucking nun. She got out of prison. I'm like, I am not. I mean, nobody's ever said that to me before. I mean, I fucking smoke and shit. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I am not perfect at all. Not even near it. I just don't do the same. I just know what my spots are, and I'm not gonna poke the bear, All right. So, where was I at? The heavy dark lacquer is, the emotional alchemy. Oh. Ooh. They don't hide the break, they illuminate it. They turn the fracture into the feature. The repaired vessel becomes structurally stronger, deeply historic, and infinitely more valuable than it was before it ever met the floor. Yes, I reread it because I want you guys to understand. This is emotional alchemy. That's what that is. The heavy, dark lacquer is the density of your past, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the moments you were broken, wide open, meaning broken and everybody saw it and talked about you, saw you on the news, or heard you were on drugs, or you had an affair, or somebody had an affair. You know what I mean? It hurts. But the gold is your gnosis. It's your raw, neutral, loving awareness poured directly into those wounds, right? You aren't changing what happened to you. You can't change the past. You can't, don't let it define you, let it refine you. You aren't changing what happened either to you. You're changing the frequency of what happened to you. That's because, see, what I'm learning is when you pull up in frequency, you're going to shift, and you're going to shift people. And you have to let go of attachments, because you have to trust God, that God will have everyone you ever dreamed and loved, or more, and blah, blah, blah. But you have to focus on you. Nobody else can climb that ladder but you. Now, this is the call to fire. This is like where you burn the rebirth, by bringing the light of your presence to your scars, by being open, facing your darkness. You transmute the heavy matrix of shame into the golden veins of a masterpiece in progress. So to every beautiful, unfinished, cracked, open soul listening, okay, right now, to my voice, just take a deep breath, like I'm going to do. And like right now, I'm imagining I'm dropping my shield. I'm being vulnerable. I'm going to stop apologizing for my humanity. I used to apologize all the time, and that was because of abuse. I would always think it was my fault, and other stuff. I mean, you can ask my family. I'm sorry, and wasn't even, where was I? I didn't do anything wrong. So I had to learn. I don't say that anymore. It took a lot of time, though. Where was I? Deep breath. Okay. Your cracks are not your ruin. They are the exact boundaries where the light of your true divinity finally escapes the prison of your ego. And like today, like this is, you can do this in meditation too. Like just first start off with just pouring everything out to God. And then God exposing it, praying, asking for forgiveness, thanking, gotta have gratitude, right? And then allowing that light, ask for that light to come in, that Holy Spirit to be ignited, be protected, all that stuff. Ask God to guide you. Ask God to send your guides. Your guides are already with you. You got to change, though. All right? All right, so address the trap, though. There is a trap of spiritual perfection, which we said that. So remember that. When you're doing that, I know this. My mind is a motherfucker. It'll tell you so much. So just say, no negative thought is my own, because that's true. There's energy that will just try to distort you. They'll try to, keep you enslaved. And I'm serious. And just pray for it. Transmute it. No negative thought is my own. That's not me. I don't think that. No way. And get yourself out of that. So that, mood surf. Talking it out. Writing it out. That's helped me really the most. But not numbing it. You can't numb it. You can't numb it with anything. Can't get drunk. You can do whatever you want, actually. Do whatever you want. But how much do you want to be close to God? How much do you want to change for your family, your children, to pass the torch, Don't you want the best for your children? Don't you want your children to learn that you're not what everybody's told them you are? So the art of impermanent, okay? So finding richness in simplicity and solitude. The beautiful patina that comes only with time, where in lived experience, that is Wabi-Sabi. Now, this is the awakening key. Wabi-Sabi is an immediate exit ramp from the archonic trap of rigid control. This is called He-I-Marmini. Okay, this is really, I'm not pronouncing this good, sorry. It forces us to accept reality as it truly is, imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. When we stop fighting the natural flow of change, human consciousness instantly relaxes and then expands. Then we have room for creation. We're not all closed in and what is it when you're claustrophobic? Okay, then you can start illuminating yourself. That kintsugi, illumination, not concealment. Paint the visual picture in your mind or do a vision board of a ceramic vessel shattered on the floor. And then explain it, write it down, explain the alchemy of choice, don't throw it away, that paper. Hold on to it so you can remember. You don't use invisible super glue to pretend it never broke. Instead, mend fractures with heavy, dark lacquer, and then you dust the lacquer with pure, brilliant gold powder. That means in your mind. Breathe in goldness, breathe in silver, breathe in platinum, breathe in the darkness or the fire that's going to burn all that toxicity out. Hold your breath for 9 seconds if you can, and then breathe it out. Imagine it's like yuckiest shit color, like shit, complete shit, and it's coming out of your mouth, and it's healing, it's alchemizing, okay? I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Because this is the mind work. This is really, you got to understand, quantum, it's the mind, the heart, okay? It's got to be connected to God. So, now this is the bridge, and it's an esoteric bridge. It's emotional alchemy. Now, this is a goal. You got to write down your goals. You don't have to. I do. It's nice to know that you've actually achieved something and was consistent. And I have learned, because I used to do everything and get overwhelmed, and then I do nothing. So the key is, I do my dishes. Make sure every night the dishes are done. That's a goal for me. I've been doing that for months now, and I do it. This podcast, you know what I mean? It doesn't become, it becomes no longer a habit. It's an everyday life. Tie the physical, artistic concepts, like any creative things you want to do. Your internal work. Make sure it's deep, real, authentic, for your universal unity. Okay, the counterfeit spirit versus the golden lacquer. I don't know. In Gnostic thought, the archons attach a counterfeit spirit to us, a density made of guilt, shame, and the memory of our wounds. Emotional alchemy is the process of applying kintsugi to this density. The fire of awareness. When we suffer a fracture, a heartbreak, a betrayal, or a loss, our instinct is to hide the pieces or stay stuck in the shattering. The gold and the alchemy process is neutral, loving awareness, and that is gnosis. Gnosis actually means knowing. It's knowing hidden things, knowing things that most people don't know, okay? The transmutation. This is how you transmute the darkness within you and around you. It's, remember, so within, so around, so without. By bringing your presence directly to your wounds. Face your darkness. All of it. Put it out there. Tell the truth without judgment. You pour your consciousness into the cracks. You aren't changing the past. You can't. You're changing the frequency of the past. The weight. What is going to carry weight? Well, the cross carried weight, right? Pick up your cross. Follow me. Die to your old self. Put everything out there, man, so you can change, and it's gonna be such a beautiful journey. The wound ceases to be a source of trauma and is transmuted into a wellspring of profound authority and wisdom. Now, this is where that I've been, the call to action and shared awakening. This is a ripple effect. Now, this is service to others, because you have to do yourself first. That's like that oxygen mask. You can't put it on anybody else in the airplane or you'll die. You have to put it on yourself first to help somebody else. So make sure the goals, right? Empower others to use the medicine to heal themselves and immediately look at others through elevated lens, meaning don't judge, don't be a judgy-wudgy, don't assume, spell it, makes an ass out of you and me, don't assume, set boundaries, but don't blame anybody else, own your shit, you made the choice, I don't care what they did to you, you made the choice, I made the choice, own it, grow up. Becoming the kintsugi master for others, you got to ask yourself, how can I help others awaken? If that's what you want to do, that's what I want to do. But it's not by giving them a rigid checklist of how to fix themselves, right? You can share, this is what helped me, but this is your journey. You have to pick what helps you. So we help them by looking at their unpolished, cracked, and messy human lives and unwavering reverence. I'm sorry, with unwavering reverence, non-judgment. Hold space for them. Just be love, man. Accept them for who they are, because they're going to accept you for who you are, hopefully. When you accept someone's imperfections as the unique beauty that they are, everything's beautiful to me. God created all of us, man. Don't call anything ugly. You're calling God ugly. Don't do that. You give them permission to drop the shield and remember their divine spark. Okay? Now, this is a living prayer. In closing, this is what I'm going to say. Encourage them to look at their own scars this week. Okay, so I encourage you to look at your own scars this week, whether physical, emotional, or ancestral. So whatever scars, ask God to show you. Learn about your lineage. Ask for forgiveness for everything, your ancestors, everything. Clear out your cut your cord. Clear it all out, so you don't have to repeat it, right? So you can be a co-creator, and you can. Everyone's chosen. Just let go, let God, and let flow. Create a weathered, broken, open temple, a sanctuary. And even when you meditate, I close my eyes, I go right to my waterfall. And at first, if I can't concentrate, I'll act like I'm at the beach. I'll even say that the sand is different. It feels like whatever. It's touching my toes. I can see it. The water is hitting it. The time may be very descriptive. That helps more. Your cracks are not your ruin. They are the lines where your unique light finally escapes the prison of ego. You're never going to lose your ego. You don't want to. But you want to train your ego. The ego can sit by you at dinner, but it can't have the ladle or the mic. All right? and Gnosticism, often spelled gnosis, meaning esoteric or spiritual knowledge, and archon, from the Greek archon, means ruler or prince, is a powerful, malevolent, malevolent, or whatever, celestial being responsible for creating, maintaining, and policing the material universe. In the Gnostic view, the material world is not a divine masterpiece, but a flawed spiritual prison. The archons act as the ultimate cosmic jailers, working to keep humanity's inner divine spark trapped inside human bodies and physical reality so they cannot wake up to their own true nature. And that is wrong. That gnosis is wrong. There's some of it that is positive and it's absolutely true, and I believe it. But that prison shit, no, God, if God created it, how can anybody say it's prison? Look at anything something that somebody's calling negative, ask God to change it and look at it as positive. If you're into something, you don't know what's happening, ask God, what am I going to learn from this? What are you trying to teach me, man? I talk to God when I get mad, but I'm being real with God. I'm not going to talk about all these other names, none of that shit. No, labels are for jars. Think of this. You know the truth within you. So does God. We have to unite our shadow with our light. That means having the shadow break us down, because it's going to break us down, that hurt, that trauma, the things we've done. Those hurt, right? But if we don't face them, and that's why I said all these different beings and cultures, they break you down, man. That's love. You know how hard that is for somebody to do? One of the most important things. Without it, you won't ever change. Because you don't know what you've done wrong. You'll keep doing the same shit. It's insanity. Doing the same shit, expecting different results, man. It's not going to, no. Follow the path. If you're looking for Jesus, seek him everywhere. I promise that's who you need to look for. Find Christ and Sophia. No, find love and wisdom. Walk through Jesus and Mary, the Godhead. Walk through the Bible and learn. Ask God to keep teaching you and seek. Open your mind to new things. Let go of beliefs. Don't put God in a box. Stay open. Okay? Shoot your bow and arrow. Ask God to take it. You put your fucking hand. I put my hands on it sometimes, a lot of times. But God, remind me, arrow, this, that. There'll be a sign. And start to look for messages, patterns, signs, and accept them for what they are from God. And have gratitude. Say thank you. Write, journal. Listen, this world, this government, the entities, they cannot control a person who has tainted gnosis. That's why it's important to have knowledge, to learn the truth, the spiritual wisdom. Don't listen to anybody. Don't even listen to me. If it doesn't come from love and it comes from judgment, don't listen to it. Be self-aware. You know what's dark. Everybody knows what's right and wrong. And if you don't, then I'm not speaking to you. I'm praying for you. God's with you no matter what anyway. Direct experiential spiritual awakening. To escape the trap of these archons, a Gnostic practitioner sought to remember their true origin beyond the material stars by learning the secret names, passwords, and metaphysical structures of the cosmic spheres while alive. A person could pass straight through the Archon's boundaries after death, completely unhindered, and return to the ultimate source. Okay? And that's what I was talking about. And that's why we have to let go. We have to let go. Don't say I can't step into my power yet. If you say yet, you're fucking making an excuse. Be like Nike and just do it. I am, not can't or can, I am stepping in my power. I am enough. You know, those are affirmations. That's authority. You're commanding it. You know, the monad. I'm not going to read all that because I want you to dig and you dig for yourself. You know, and that's Wabi-Sabi. So I hope you guys liked that. And there's a lot more I could go into, but it's on the